Hi, Rasha here with Surviving Architecture, and today's video is a very fun video. We were asked to design an unsustainable house in order to understand sustainable architecture. So everything is really sketchy and very fast and quick, so don't take anything too seriously and take it very light-hearted. The site that I chose for this family house is in Wolverhampton City Centre. It's a park behind St. Peter's Church. The site can be approached through Lichfield Street, and it's in a busy commercial area with noise coming from every direction, but mainly the streets. The primary wind direction is southwest, and its primary views are towards the park, the art gallery, and the church. I chose this site because with the use of the unsustainable elements, it can be the perfect nightmare for its occupants and a perfect site for an unsustainable building. It's in a busy community, therefore there'll be a lack of privacy and an increasing amount of sound pollution depending on the time of year. So the first step that I took was, instead of working with the natural topography and vegetation of the site, I removed all kinds of living creatures and turned this site into one of the biggest crimes against nature, which is pavements and asphalt. This step alone has many hazardous effects such as the loss of habitat, drier soil, and extreme temperature swings. Then I designed a garden using locally unavailable trees on the north side of the house, which is naturally shaded by the building and will have barely any sun exposure. The house is oriented in a way to minimize solar gain, being that the smallest elevation is on the east and south elevation, and the largest is on the southwest in the direction of the primary wind. Therefore, the occupants would use heating systems, which will increase the overall energy consumption. I will also use unsustainable materials and unsustainable planning that will be explained in the next sheets. So these are my plans drawn from my bubble diagrams, which to separate the private, public, and service spaces. Unfortunately for the occupants, the kitchen and the bathrooms are in the wind direction, so if you're cooking, say, fish and chips, expect that everyone can smell it. And if I'm at your house and you kind of need to use the toilet, please let me know so we can perform a mass evacuation. The standard dimension for the spaces in the house were not taken into consideration. So for example, you probably won't fit into the bathroom and the stairs has only 14 raises to the second level. So I will probably have you sign a paper releasing me of any responsibility of injuries when using that stairs. Second, the stairs is covered in spikes or needles, which in my opinion, I think it should be sustainable because it's like acupuncture in the comfort of your house. It uses locally available material. I think everybody has a sewing kit. As I mentioned earlier, to minimize solar gain and daylight, there are no windows on the east and north elevations. The bedrooms have no sunlight, which is crucial to killing all the bacteria. Also, the lack of daylight can lead to headaches, eye strain, depression, and tripping. Bedroom 1 has a terrace which overlooks the damp, cold garden and acts as a traditional shade to the level below. And also from that terrace, I've designed for you a bamboo sticks. This bamboo stick, you can use it to jump towards the garden in case you didn't want to use the stairs because it's such a long way to walk to the stairs. And don't worry so much about the fall because I've put for you this rock to really ease the fall. But make sure before you actually jump to think about all of your life decisions, to call your family, to tell them you love them, not because you might die or anything, but just, something very healthy to do. As you can see in section AA, the occupants would probably use artificial lighting during the day, and to further increase the energy consumption, I did not stop there. Inefficient lighting systems were installed that uses a lot of energy, does not last long, such as traditional light bulbs and CFLs. An active sustainable strategy used in the hot climate where I lived was to use roof sprinkles on the roof that sprinkles water on the roof automatically, which can lower temperature of the roof and overall building. Using this strategy on this house built in the colder climates in the UK would lower the temperature of the roof and overall building, therefore increase the energy consumption and water waste. This house does not even try to renew lost energy or water by exploiting UK's windy weather using wind turbines and rainwater harvesting. To further reduce solar heat gain, eaves and extending walls were used to shade the southwest windows. Lastly, materials used are concrete, which produces a lot of carbon dioxide, single glazed window, which has low insulation, fiberglass, which has a low thermal resistance than mineral wool and it contains only 20 to 30% of recycled material, lead sheets for the facade covering and the roofing, and the paint, which can cause convulsions, coma, and even death if not properly installed and regularly maintained. To conclude, the house did not use or see its impact on the environment by cutting the trees, using unsustainable materials, and its high energy consumption. It did not see its occupants' health or comfort by reducing heat solar gain, minimizing daylight, low insulation material, lack of privacy, and sound pollution. So this is my unsustainable house design. I hope you liked it and found this helpful or at least funny. I'm Rasha Shururu and I will see you next time.